Hey, welcome to Board Game. Today I'm right in my hands is the Marvel Multiverse Role-Playing Game X-Men Expansion. X-Men. So the Marvel Multiverse Role-Playing Game. It's a tabletop role-playing game set in the Marvel world. We've talked about the main rule book. We've talked about the first expansion. This is kind of, I will say, the third expansion. I mean, there's been like one-off stuff here and there, but we'll the big books are really the expansions. So I'll say this is the third expansion, or second expansion, third major release for the game. And it's an interesting one. Obviously, totally focused on the X-Men. It is a lot of background, it's a lot of interesting facts, and actually really cool for people who might not even be into the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game and just want history of the X-Men and characters kind of in that orbit. It's worth getting just for that. So the book's kind of broken out into three sections. Kind of four, there's an intro, but the intro, it says straight up this could be for the narrators of the game or even players. There's nothing secret about what's in here. The second section really kind of goes over kind of like the history of the X-Men, up to even to Krakoa and the fall of Krakoa. It's packed. It goes over teams, history, kind of like key, some of the big lineups for those teams. It's actually really cool walk down memory lane, and I remember, going through it going like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. So, as I said, like, this is just a really kind of cool thing for even just fans of the X-Men. The second section kind of goes into more new rules, talks about abilities a bit, some of the new abilities that come out of this, settings, how to kind of maybe focus on X-Men or mutants during stories, important rules that are part of that, kind of an extension of the background, and then the third is characters, lots and lots of characters. The first section is like 125-ish pages, and the characters, let's see here, there's 173 pages there. Characters, there is roughly 80-ish characters in here. And there's a lot of characters. I mean, it's everything from Alpha Flight to things like Sentinels, X-Force, X-Men, Nimrod, Moira Taggart, Magma. Like, it's just all kind of the key hitting characters that are out there, so that you can easily like drop them in and play. It's an interesting book. I kind of thought there might be special rules when it comes down to how the mutants use their powers, but there's, special rules about their powers themselves. But everything still seems to be kind of like built around the whole how to use your powers in the role-playing game as a whole. The layout, I think, of the book is fantastic, as always. It's great. There's some really cool things in the beginning where it kind of like breaks out key characters, which I think is actually really cool. And then, of course, when it goes into like actual teams, it has breakdowns of the teams along with the history, which I think is really, really neat. The rules are good with settings to kind of help you in your game, some kind of key things that you might want to use here and there. And then, of course, lots and lots of characters for you to throw in if you want pre-built, or you, of course, can always create your own. As I said, like, it's a very interesting book. There are some things that were not in there that I was kind of expecting. I did expect maybe a tweak on how you use powers when it comes to mutant powers for the role-playing game, but I guess it makes sense to kind of generally have the same system. But beyond that, like, there is tons of background. I think that's the thing that really surprises me. As I said, like, around 125 pages of just history of X-Men, the teams, the actual, like, history itself, take you through even divergent timelines, and it's literally everything you know. So, I mean, to me, it's not just an expansion for the Marvel Multiverse role-playing game, but it's a great book just for history of the X-Men. And for that alone, I think it's really, really cool. So, even if you're not into the tabletop role-playing, if you're just into X-Men and kind of want, a nice little book with history and stuff about characters and timelines and settings and all that, like, this is pretty cool and a great way to go and get all that stuff. It's a nice little handy encyclopedia of the X-Men. You can go get this. It's out in shops. You should be able to get this from comic shops even. Hit them up. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code, tell if a comic shop is near you. No shop, no problem. We have links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage, and by doing that, you'll support our sites. So thank you for that. Just watch our videos. As always, you support us, so thank you as well. If you are into games, tabletop games, role-playing games, miniature games, card games, whatever, check us out every day at boardgametoday.com or on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all the stuff. All at Board Game Today, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, to me, my X-Men, and hope you survive the journey. Hey, thanks for watching Board Game Today. We always appreciate your views and your support, but there are so many ways for you to support our site. Not only can you do it right here on video, but you can go and check us out at boardgametoday.com, where we have more news, reviews, interviews, everything you could ever want. But since you're here, if you can always give us a like, subscribe, or share our videos or watch something else. Is always much appreciated, and get your game on.